Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Professor Gurpreet Dhillon. Have you ever wondered whether you are really in control of your own life? When you choose a career, vote in an election, post on social media, or decide where to live, are those genuinely your own choices? Or are they shaped, perhaps even determined, by your family, your culture, your education, your social class, or the institutions around you? This question lies at the heart of one of the most important debates in sociology and the philosophy of social science, the relationship between agency and structure. In today's video, we'll explore what these two concepts mean, how some of the greatest social theorists have understood them, and why this debate remains as relevant today as ever. From social media and artificial intelligence to climate change and global inequality. So let's begin. Let's start with the basics. Agency refers to the ability of individuals to make choices and act independently. It is our capacity to think, decide, and influence the world around us. Structure, on the other hand, refers to the larger social forces that shape our lives. These include institutions such as governments, schools, families, religions, and economies, as well as social norms, traditions, laws, and patterns of inequality. Think of society as a game of soccer. The players have agency. They decide where to run, when to pass, and how to score. But the rules of the game, the pitch, and the referee represent the structure. Players can't just ignore the rules. The debate has deep historical roots. One of the earliest sociologists, Emil Durkheim, argued that society exists independently of individuals. He introduced the idea of social facts, things like laws, customs, moral beliefs, and institutions that exist outside us and exert pressure upon us. Durkheim demonstrated that suicide rates varied according to levels of social integration and regulation. For Durkheim, society powerfully shapes individual behavior. A rather different perspective came from Max Weber. Weber argued that to understand society, we must understand the meanings that individuals attach to their actions. He called this approach Verstehen, a German word meaning interpretive understanding. Rather than simply examining external structures, Weber asked why people act as they do. His work argued that religious beliefs influenced economic behavior and helped shape the rise of modern capitalism. Then there is Karl Marx, who occupied something of a middle ground. Marx recognized that economic structures strongly influence people's lives. Class relations, ownership of property, and systems of production all constrain what individuals can do. Yet Marx also insisted that history is made through human action. As he famously wrote, "Men make their own history, but they do not make it as they please. People act, but always within circumstances inherited from the past." That insight remains remarkably influential today. During the 20th century, the debate intensified. Structuralists such as Claude Lévi-Strauss argued that beneath human behavior lie deep cultural structures that people rarely recognize consciously. Similarly, the Marxist philosopher Louis Althusser argued that institutions such as schools, churches, and the media shape individuals into particular social roles. According to this view, our beliefs and identities are heavily influenced by powerful social systems. Others moved in the opposite direction. Existentialist philosophers such as Jean-Paul Sartre placed enormous emphasis on human freedom and responsibility. Likewise, rational choice theorists viewed individuals as decision makers who strategically pursue their own interests within given constraints. Here, agency becomes the primary explanatory force. The most influential attempt to reconcile the two came from British sociologist Anthony Giddens. His theory is known as structuration theory. Giddens argued that structure and agency should not be viewed as opposites. Instead, they exist in what he called the duality of structure. Structures make action possible. At the same time, structures only continue to exist because people continually reproduce them through everyday behavior. Consider language. It provides rules for communication, yet only survives because people continue speaking it every day. Pierre Bourdieu introduced habitus, the ingrained habits and ways of thinking developed through our upbringing. A student from a background full of books may have more confidence than one who isn't. These dispositions reproduce the social world. Take social mobility. Our educational opportunities, family wealth, neighborhood, and labor market all influence our life chances. These are structural factors. Yet, individuals still make choices. They study, work hard, build relationships, or start businesses. Success often depends on both structural opportunity and personal agency. Neither explanation alone tells the whole story. Gender provides another example. Through collective action, feminist movements challenged structural constraints to create change. Digital platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and X use algorithms that shape what we see online. Those algorithms represent new social structures. Yet, users also exercise agency. They create content, they organize protests, they build communities. Movements such as #MeToo and Black Lives Matter demonstrate how individuals can collectively reshape public conversation using digital technologies. Artificial intelligence raises new questions. Will AI reduce human agency by making more decisions on our behalf? Or will it enhance our ability to solve complex problems? Climate change presents perhaps the greatest agency structure challenge of all. Individuals can recycle, reduce emissions, and change consumption habits. But meaningful progress also requires structural changes involving governments, corporations, international agreements, and economic systems. So, where does this leave us? The agency structure debate has never been fully resolved. Perhaps it never will be. But most contemporary social scientists reject the idea that we must choose one side. Instead, society is best understood as a continuous interaction between individuals and the social structures they inhabit. Ultimately, the question isn't whether agency or structure matters more. It's understanding how they work together to shape the social world we all inhabit. Thank you for watching.